Hi everyone, my name is Abhiraj Garakapati. Welcome to my YouTube channel Amazing Abhi. Episode 13 and New Friends works like the opening gate for the second half of Season 4. After the previous episode ended with celebration, Gia's rebirth, and Tempest moving forward, this episode shifts into a lighter, but very important setup chapter. The mood is more relaxed, but the content is not meaningless. Rimuru is not fighting a war here. He is expanding his circle. New allies, new bodies, new roles, and new power pieces all begin gathering around Tempest. That is the main idea of this review. Episode 13 is not about one giant battle. It is about Tempest becoming even more absurdly connected, powerful, and unpredictable. The episode title sounds simple, but the meaning is big. The new friends are not just cute additions. They are future assets, future chaos, and future trouble wrapped in a fun slice of life pack. The episode also introduces a fresh feeling through the new opening and ending. Visually, the new opening points the story torches way, Hinata, Chloe, time loop mysteries, and several major players who will become more important later. That makes the episode feel like a soft reboot inside the season. We are still in the same story, but the direction is shifting. The first half of the season focused heavily on politics, Mariable, the Council of the West, the Ruins, and Gia. Episode 13 tells the audience that the next stage is going to widen the board again. There are more hidden connections, more powerful beings, and more ancient history waiting behind the scenes. The opening alone gives the feeling that the story is about to become bigger than simple diplomacy. One of the warmest parts of episode 13 is the continuation of Gia's new life. Gaia is no longer the terrifying chaos dragon from the ruins. Gia is reborn as something smaller, gentler, and emotionally precious to Milim. This changes the emotional meaning of the previous arc. The chaos dragon fight could have ended as a tragedy, but instead the story turns it into healing. Rimuru did not simply defeat a monster. He helped return something precious to Milim. That is why Gaia's presence matters even in a lighter episode. Gaia reminds the audience that Rimuru's power is not only destructive, his strength often creates second chances. And for Milim, this is not just a pet. This is a piece of her old pain finally being softened. The central plot movement is Rimuru beginning serious work on creating the vessels that were requested earlier. This is an important world-building step, because it shows how much Tempest's magical technology has advanced. Rimuru is not only building roads and trains anymore. He is helping powerful spiritual beings take physical form and participate in the world more freely. This is classic Tenshinra logic. A problem gets solved through a mixture of magic, research, teamwork, and Rimuru's abnormal skill set. The scene may look like a lab sequence, but it is actually a major expansion of Tempest's internal power structure. Every new body or vessel gives a powerful being a clearer role, and every new role makes Tempest harder for enemies to understand or control. Before we move ahead, please take a second to like on this video. A like tells me that you enjoyed this topic. Your support helps Amazing Abhi grow naturally. The biggest surprise for many viewers is Cherries, also known through the Ifrit connection. Veldora reveals his assistant, and the episode has fun with the fact that Cherries can appear in different forms. This is both funny and surprisingly cool. The anime adds extra flavor by making the form change feel more flexible and elemental, which gives Cherries a stronger screen presence than expected. What could have been a simple explanation scene becomes one of the most memorable parts of the episode. Veldora's chaotic confidence, Rimuru's reaction, and Cherries' fiery presence all make the moment entertaining. The review point here is that episode 13 knows how to use comedy without making the world building feel weak. Cherries is funny, but also clearly used. The Veldora and Cherries dynamic is one of the episode's best character beats. Veldora has always been overpowered, dramatic, and unserious in the best possible way. Giving him an assistant turns that personality into a whole new comedy engine. Cherries also gives the episode a fresh energy because the character feels connected to old slime history, especially through Ifrit and Shizue's legacy, while also becoming part of Tempest's present-day chaos. This is why the scene works for both longtime fans and anime-only viewers. It is nostalgic, funny, and useful at the same time. The episode is basically saying that even side additions in Tempest can become powerful enough to matter later. The Dryad and Spirit side development is another important part of the episode's setup. Ramiris and the others are not just hanging around as comic relief. The episode hints at a larger process of empowering and organizing spiritual beings inside Tempest's network. This matters because Tempest is becoming more than a monster nation. It is becoming a home for spirits, dragons, demons, humans, beastfolk, and ancient beings who normally would not gather under one banner. That is why episode 13 is sneaky. It feels chill, but the power scale of Tempest is quietly rising again. The country is no longer just protected by strong commanders. It is becoming a supernatural ecosystem. The lighter scenes with Ramiris, Veldora, and the group give the episode a playful tabletop game feeling. This matches the new ending mood very well, where the story feels almost like an adventure board game, leveling up, meeting allies, fighting monsters, and unlocking new paths. This is a smart stylistic choice because it makes the second cour feel adventurous again. After so many political conversations and strategic meetings, the show reminds the audience that Tensura can still be playful. The board game atmosphere also fits Rimuru life perfectly. Every new friend is like a new piece on the map. Every piece changes the game, and every time Tempest gains one more unusual ally, the rest of the world becomes less prepared for what Rimuru can do. Before we move ahead, please take a second to share on this video. Sharing helps this video reach friends who may also enjoy anime, gaming, travel, cricket, chess, career basics, or personal stories. Your support helps Amazing Apai grow naturally. Dino, or Dino depending on translation, also becomes more noticeable in this episode. He is lazy, casual, and easy to underestimate. But that is exactly what makes him interesting. The episode uses him with a strange mix of comedy and mystery. On the surface, he looks like someone who does not want to do anything. But viewers who pay attention can sense that there is much more behind him. This is one of the best kinds of Tensura character introductions. Someone enters the story acting almost unserious, but the atmosphere around them suggests hidden depth. Episode 13 does not fully explain everything about him, but it makes the audience curious. That is enough for now, because the episode's purpose is to gather new pieces, not reveal all of them immediately. The ending tease with Diablo is one of the strongest hooks of the episode. While most of episode 13 feels funny and comfortable, Diablo's presence instantly changes the tone. He is calm, elegant, and terrifying, and the episode uses him like a warning sign. Something bigger is coming. Fans already know that when Diablo moves independently, the story usually shifts into a more dangerous direction. This makes the episode's ending very effective. It lets the audience enjoy the new friends and comedy first, then quietly reminds everyone that Tempest's expansion is not only cute. Rimuru's forces are about to become even more dangerous, and Diablo looks extremely happy about it. That smile is basically the cliffhanger. As a review, episode 13 is a strong reset episode for the second cour. The strengths are the new opening, the relaxed pacing, the fun with cherries and Veldora, Gia's continued warmth, Dino's mysterious presence, and Diablo's ominous tease. The episode also does a good job making Tempest feel alive after the major previous arc. The weakness is that viewers expecting immediate action may feel the episode is too chill or too setup heavy. But that is not really the flaw if you understand what the episode is doing. It is placing future pieces on the board. It is not trying to deliver the final payoff yet. This is the kind of episode that may feel simple now, but becomes more important once the later episodes reveal why these new allies matter. The final takeaway is that episode 13 is about connection. Rimuru gains and supports new companions, Tempest becomes more crowded with powerful beings, and the second half of Season 4 begins opening new roads. Gaia represents healing, Sherry's represents old power returning in a new form, Dino represents mystery, the Dryads and spirits represent growth. Diablo represents the shadow of what comes next. All of them together show why Tempest is becoming impossible to ignore. This episode may not be the loudest or most explosive chapter, but it is very useful. It tells viewers that Rimuru's greatest strength is not only his power, it is the way powerful, strange, lonely, and dangerous beings keep finding a place around him, and once they join Tempest, the entire world has to adjust. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to Amazing Apai. Subscribing makes sure you do not miss the next video, and it gives me motivation to keep improving the quality of every upload. Thank you for being here, and I will see you in the next one.